Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to learn about chapter 7, which is topic of air. And these are the keywords that you are going to familiar with during chapter 7, which we have, this is types of examples of gases. We have oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas, nitrogen gas, and also for inert gases. So these inert gases we have learned before during chapter 6, periodic table. Okay, and these are the examples of inert gases, such as we have helium, neon, argon, krypton, and also xenon. Also example of inert gases. Okay, this one. Okay, besides these gases, we're also going to learn about carbon cycle and also oxygen cycle. Then there are global warming and greenhouse effect as the effects when we interference with the carbon cycles and oxygen cycles. And also these are the uses of gases, and this one effect when you have air pollution. Alright, so first of all, you have learned that air has mass and occupies space in chapter 5, okay, in chapter matter. Okay, so all living things need air to survive. Clean air does not have color or smell. Therefore, we cannot see the air, even though it has lots of substances in it. Yeah, am I right? So where is the air? You cannot see. But although you cannot see the air, you can feel the air. Okay, so as you can see, when there's a wind blows, kita boleh nampak lah dia punya evidence tu from the movement of a leaf, from the movement of your hair, so we can feel the air. So that's the evidence or the proof of the existence of air. Okay, so kita nak belajar hari ni all about air. So actually air is a layer of air that we call it as atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere or air, it is the same thing. Okay, so this atmosphere is surrounding the earth. Okay, dia cuma ada distance lah. Okay, from the surface of the earth sampailah berapa dia punya distance from the earth. As we going higher from the earth, dia punya content of the atmosphere decreases. Okay, so bila dia decreases, you cannot feel the air, you will be insufficient of oxygen sebab semakin menjauhi permukaan bumi ini. Okay, so this atmosphere consists of many gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and also inert gases. Besides all these gases, air also contains dust, water vapor, and microorganisms. Okay, so these actually are the content of air. Okay, then you need to know the percentage of each of the content of air. Okay, so for the inert gases just now, you must refer the inert gases. Kalau recall balik chapter periodic table before this, kita jumpa dia dalam group 18, okay, of periodic table. So the element of group 18 are helium, argon, neon, xenon, and also krypton. Okay, so yang ni adalah table to show that the composition of the gases by volume. Okay, for example, nitrogen consists of 78% by volume in the composition of air. For oxygen, we have 21%. Okay, for carbon dioxide is the smallest percentage, which is 0.03. Yang ni yang paling sikit sekali. Smallest percentage. Okay, lagi tinggi from carbon dioxide is inert gases. And then yang others ni referring to dust, referring to water vapor, and referring to the other one is microorganism. Okay, which make up 0.97%. Alright. Okay, so this one, as you can see in the pie chart ni dia dah buat conclusion about the percentage of the composition of air. Okay, for example, we have here oxygen will make up, kalau 21% ni, dia akan make up about 1/5 of the air composition kan. Divide by 100, so dapatlah lebih kurang 1/5 lah. Okay, 20% over 100%. So this oxygen, dia punya function is very important for respiration. Okay, while for yang ni ada eksperimen dia. Okay, yang lain tu nitrogen, inactive gas kat sini yang paling besar sekali. And then oxygen yang ni for carbon dioxide plus with water vapor, microorganism and dust akan jadi yang others ni. 1% this one. Okay, 1%. Okay, so dia nak touch about the experiment to determine the percentage of oxygen in air. Okay, so experiment ni it is in your textbook. You can refer it to activity 7.1 of page 197. Okay, so the aim of the experiment is to determine the percentage of oxygen in air. Okay, kita nak prove that betul tak oxygen ni dia make up 1/5 of the percentage of air. Okay, which is 21% ataupun 1/5 kan. Okay, so the materials and the apparatus that we are going to use is candle. Okay, we're going to use candle. And actually it has a plasticine. If you refer to your textbook, dia ada satu tempat letak. Okay, kita panggil this sebagai gas jar stand kat sini. Gas jar stand. And then kita letakkan plasticine lah sikit untuk stick the candle to the gas jar stand. And then we have, this is gas jar. The candle dah ada, and beaker or basin. Bolehlah, basin lah. Basin. Okay. So the steps in doing this experiment, first of all, you must divide the gas jar into 5 equal parts first. Okay, kita nak divide gas jar ni into 5 equal parts so that one part will represent 20%. Okay, average dia 20%. So macam mana kita nak divide dia ni? Sama ada you can use rubber band. Kita letakkan je gelang getah rubber band dekat sini untuk level 1. And then ambil another gelang getah rubber band lagi letak dekat sini. Mesti range dia, dia punya scale tu mesti sama. Okay, sama jarak, sama besar, sama jauh. Okay, another rubber band number 3, rubber band number 4 and rubber band number 5. So altogether you will have 5 rubber band to separate or to divide this gas jar, okay, equally. Ataupun boleh je ambil marker pen ke untuk mark the gas jar into 5 parts. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, of course you have to fill the basins with water first. Okay, and then after you have fill it with water and divides into 5 parts, you are going to light the candle up and invert the gas jar over the candle. Okay, dah lights up dia. So dia dah ready duduk atas gas jar stand. Dan kita akan ambil gas jar ni, kita akan invertkan dia ke atas candle yang tengah lights up tadi. Okay, and then you have to observe and record the changes in the water level when the flame extinguish. Okay, after a while, kan kita letak yang lights up tadi. But after a while, the lights on the candle, okay, the flame of the candle, it will extinguish, dia akan padam. Okay, bila dia padam, tiba-tiba kita tengok the level of the water will rise, okay, to the level mark 1. Okay, So kenapa? Macam mana kita boleh explainkan eksperimen ni? First of all, in this gas jar, it consists of 100% of air. Okay, and then as the combustion occur, okay, to the candles, the combustion use oxygen. Dia menggunakan oxygen untuk support the combustion. Jadi, eventually, oxygen tu dah use up, dah habis guna. So, bila oxygen dah habis guna, oxygen akan berkurangan dalam composition of air. So, the water will rise. Water tadi akan ambil tempat oxygen. So, sebanyak mana water level will increase, kita tengok pada percentage of the oxygen. So, if water increase sebanyak satu level sahaja, maksudnya dia akan ambil sebanyak 20% lah. Okay, composition of the oxygen in air. So, this experiment is to show that the composition of oxygen in air is about 1/5 or 21% of the air. Okay, when you look at the question in your textbook, for question number 1, what happened to the flame after the candle? What happened to the flame of the candle after a period of time? It will extinguished. Okay, dia akan padam. Okay, why? Because there is no more oxygen to support the combustion. Okay, the oxygen has been used up. Okay, so what happened? Question number 2, what happened to the water level at the end of this activity? So the water level will rise. Okay, water level akan increase. Okay, to the level mark 1. Give a reason to the changes. Okay, because of the water displacement. Okay, bila oxygen has been reduced, so the water akan ambil tempat oxygen. Okay, so kita panggil dia sebagai water displacement. Water has displaced the oxygen. So dia akan ambil tempat oxygen tadi. Then question number 3, what is the percentage of oxygen in the air based on this activity? So dia akan ambil 1/5 ataupun 21% of the composition of air. Okay, so 3 soalan tu boleh refer pada textbook page 197 of activity 7.1. Alright, so yang kedua kita nak tengok experiment about air also contains water vapor, microorganism and also dust. Okay, for this experiment, kita gunakan cobalt chloride test paper. Okay, so function of this cobalt chloride test paper, function dia to detect the presence of water vapor. Okay, so bila kertas ni, actually it is, originally dia adalah blue in colour. Okay, so bila dia blue in colour, kita expose to air. So bila air ni confirm memang dia ada water vapor, so it will make the cobalt chloride test paper change to pink. Okay, so from blue to pink. This is the color change of the cobalt chloride test paper. So satu awak kena ingat dia punya function untuk detect the presence of water vapor in air. Dan yang kedua awak kena ingat color change dia from blue to pink. Warna asal blue and then it will change to pink color. Okay, so it shows that water vapor contains in air. Okay, number 3 is experiment to prove that air contains dust. Okay, as we use this sellotape, kita gunakan sellotape. Okay, just ambil a small part of the sellotape and then when you stick it on any surface such as your mirror or your TV screen or your window pane, bila awak stick je kat situ, melainkan awak baru cuci dia. So kalau dah lama tak cuci, awak stickkan kat situ, bila awak angkat balik, you will see dirt, okay, on the sellotape. Okay, so this dirt, dia adalah evidence or the proof for the air contain dust. Okay, so dust tu akan stick pada kita punya sellotape. Okay, so ada dust lah in air. Okay, one of the composition of air. Okay, and this experiment pula to prove that air contain organism. So dalam dua set ni, we are going to use jelly or agar solution. Okay, so this agar solution ni, one is exposed to air or no cover is used. Okay, while for set B, kita gunakan ada cover. So dua-dua ni contains jelly or agar solution. But then for set A, kita exposed to air or no cover is used. Okay, for set B, kita letakkan cover untuk cover agar or jelly solution ni. Okay, after 1 week, what you can see, what change to the agar or jelly solution, there will be ada kulat kat sini. Show microorganism. Okay, ada mold. Samalah macam bread kan, senang je mold naik. Okay, so this mold ataupun microorganism ni, dia akan buat aktiviti dia lah. Dia buat hasil karya seni dia kat sini. So this experiment, another experiment to show that air contains microorganism. So ada 3 eksperimen tu, awak kena ingat dalam chapter ni, dalam subtopik ni. Okay. And then next, air is not a compound. Kan kita baru belajar whether it is compound or mixture. So facts is air is a mixture. Okay, so air is a mixture. So this is a fact. Macam mana kita nak prove that air is a mixture? From the separation of the component by using physical method. Okay, so mixture ni dia adalah combination through physical processes and also can be separated by using physical processes. Jadi kita menggunakan fractional distillation. Okay, untuk further information about this fractional distillation, you can see in your textbook. Okay, fractional distillation is separation of a liquid mixture into fraction with different boiling points through boiling and also condensation. Okay, so itu adalah fractional distillation. Okay, this is what happen when you do not have air. Okay, you will be suffocated. You cannot breathe. You have to use support for your breathing. So can you imagine what happened to you when there is no air? Okay, can you live without air? So what are the importance of air or the gases inside air? Okay. Okay, so kita akan tengok one by one. The importance of oxygen gas, for carbon dioxide gas, for nitrogen gas and also for inert gas. Okay, first of all about oxygen gas, which is the most important gas lah. Saya rasa semua pun menggunakan oxygen gas for the process of respiration. So respiration ni by human, by plant, apa lagi? Semua pun undergoes process of respiration. Okay, even plant, even green plant also undergoes respiration. Maksudnya use oxygen. Respiration is use oxygen. Okay, bila dia guna oxygen, dia akan release carbon dioxide, water vapor. Okay, so bila dia produce carbon dioxide, water vapor, dia akan hasilkan sekali energy. So this energy lah yang kita guna untuk buat daily activity. So sebab itulah pentingnya proses respiration berlaku. Okay, another uses for oxygen is we use it in the combustion of rocket engine. Nak buat combustion process, memang dia menggunakan oxygen. Okay, baik combustion yang dekat dapur ke, combustion yang dekat luar rumah awak ke, nak bakar sampah ke, memang menggunakan oxygen. So combustion use oxygen. Okay, for welding and steel cutting, we also use oxygen untuk start dia punya fires tu. Jadi kita perlukan oxygen. And also for the preparation of various compound. Okay, another uses of oxygen kat sini. Yang number 4 tadi adalah untuk respiration. Okay, while for carbon dioxide, we use carbon dioxide yang pentingnya dalam proses photosynthesis. Because photosynthesis use carbon dioxide together with the sunlight and water to produce glucose or the sugar or the food for the plant and also oxygen. Okay, dia guna carbon dioxide, dia release oxygen. And also in fire extinguisher, use carbon dioxide. Sebab dia punya konsep, carbon dioxide does not support combustion. So bila digunakan carbon dioxide as a gas to extinguish a fire, jadi api tu cepat je akan padam. Okay, sebab carbon dioxide dia tidak support combustion. So dia akan halakan carbon dioxide pada flame yang produce tu. Okay, number 3 is the production of carbonated drinks. Okay, so dalam carbonated drinks ni contains carbon dioxide sedikit. Okay, beside carbonic acid. Alright, next is the uses of nitrogen as the cooling agent. Okay, and use also in nitrogen cycle. So this is nitrogen cycles. Basically, these nitrogen cycles digunakan by the bacteria untuk proses decomposition. Okay, bangkai ke apa-apa yang mereput masuk dalam tanah akan decompose by the bacteria. Dia akan release balik nitrogen in air. So itu kita panggil sebagai nitrogen cycle. Okay, and also nitrogen is used in the production of nitric acid and ammonia. So nitric acid ni acid lah, ammonia ni adalah alkali. So penting, banyak lagi uses of alkali ni, ammonia ni and also nitric acid. Jadi one of the main ingredient untuk produce dia adalah nitrogen. So, penting jugalah nitrogen ni. Okay, next is inert gases such as helium in hot air balloon. So helium ni, dia punya characteristics is very light. Okay. Sebab dia punya arrangement in the periodic table, it is the second element in the periodic table. Kan periodic table is arranged according to the proton number. Jadi kalaulah hydrogen yang first is the lightest gas, while helium is the second lightest gas, jadi helium ni considered as light gas lah. Tapi helium ni lagi best lah sebab helium ni is very inert. Jadi kalaulah ada api kat bawah ni, sebab dia hot air balloons dia gunakan api, jadi hydrogen gas tu tidak react with the flames. Okay, so hydrogen gas tu dia do not take part in any reaction. Dia just duduk je dalam ni. So the hot air balloons akan naik ke atas lah. Sama juga macam awak guna balloons untuk balloons apa tu yang birthday ke, balloons yang awak pergi tempah dekat kedai balloons tu. So balloons yang naik ke atas tu dia ringan sebab dia gunakan helium gas. Okay, make sure guna helium gas, not hydrogen gas. Okay, walaupun hydrogen gas is the lightest gas, tapi hydrogen dia tidak stable. Okay, dia senang untuk berlaku combustion. Okay, nanti awak punya balloons tu, when you bring it near any fires, so it will catch the fires. Lagi dah bahaya kalau kanak-kanak yang pegang balloons yang contains hydrogen gas akan berlaku combustion pada balloons dia. So make sure awak gunakan helium balloons. Okay, sebab dia very inert. Okay, number 2 we have neon gas. So the uses of neon gas is in advertising light. So pernah nampak kan lampu-lampu iklan macam ni? So it contains neon gas. Also for the inertness dia. Kita boleh masukkan gas tu pada advertising lights. Ada yang nampak warna blue, warna purple, warna pink. So itu adalah neon gas inside. Okay, number 3 is argon gas. Argon gas also used in light bulb because of the inert. Sifat inert dia tu, sifat inert ni means they do not take part in chemical reaction. Okay, inert. Inert ni maksud dia do not take part in chemical reaction. Okay, for the light bulbs contain ada electricity ni. Okay, between tungsten, metal tungsten. Jadi gas yang sesuai duduk dalam ni adalah argon gas. So argon gas do not take part in the reaction between the electricity and also the tungsten. Okay, so kita gunakan argon gas.